And while the ABA has been very involved in this, one of the things that they're trying to decide is whether to have specific rules which discuss the ethical considerations of online networking. I personally don't think that's necessary, and the main reason is because all of the rules that are currently applied to what we talked about and to every other aspect of practicing law really truly do apply online. For example, privacy issues. If you are a blogger, and I am, but again, since I don't practice law, I don't have to worry about it. But if you are a practicing lawyer, one of the things that you must do is you really have to make sure that if you start to blog, that you are not violating the ethics rules for the privacy and confidentiality of information, or the conflict of interest rules, or even creating that attorney-client relationship rule. Now, by the way, yes, if you put a disclaimer at the bottom of your website, will it cover you? Yes, it will to an extent, but honestly, it can be implied in certain instances that you have a conflict of interest. If you write a blog in which your opinion is so strong in one direction in an area of law, and a client that you have is on the other side of that law, that could be considered a conflict of interest. Again, we are taking this to the extreme, but there are cases out there that are starting to occur and people being brought up on ethics charges about this. With regard to the privacy issues, there was an Illinois public defender, who was suspended for writing in her blog about the cases that she was working on. And she was convinced that just by only using their first name, or only using the fact that that they used their jail identification numbers, that she was protecting their privacy. Unfortunately, people could find out who these people were, and she was suspended for 60 days. Personally, I think she got off easy, but other attorneys now are finding themselves in the same type of hot water. So please be careful. Also, one other thing before we take a break, and very simply it's this: the internet is forever. Regardless of whether you actually remove a post or delete a site, it's somewhere there. It's been out there, it will stay out there forever. We're going to take a short break for a verification pause.
Please take a moment to write down lawline.com's second verification code. Lawline.com's second verification code is the word artist, all in lowercase, ARTIST, artist.
All right. One of the things that we just finished talking about was the fact that social networking is also subject to the ethical considerations and the ethical rules. And while I have actually done hour-long and 3-hour-long seminars on this entire situation, please be aware that you are going to be, you must be aware of what's going on in terms of the ethical considerations while you're networking online. If you tweet, be careful what you tweet. Look at Anthony Weiner. We already figured out that you should not be tweeting pictures of yourself, nor should you be saying things about personal clients or about judges. You can't friend judges, you can't friend jury members. You can use the internet to look them up and find out information about them if you know them, but you're not allowed to use the internet to create ethical violations. So please keep that in mind.